Hey, so here on the X-Bar 20, I'm going to show you the three different layers or sets of colors that the X-Bar is able to do. So given just the first layer, you always have to set that intensity to go to a value. And then you have your red, green, blue, and white that can change those colors. So right now I have just the first layer set in the blue color, and then if I was to just dial in a gobo into that, you can see then where you can kind of pick your pattern there by what's pre-programmed through the console here. I believe there's up to like 54 of those different types. And so once you find like the pattern that you like, so that's basically on the one layer. So if we go to the second layer, essentially, and I got to turn the intensity up on that one, and then I go into the next set of RGBW. So say I'm going to go green. So I'm going to bring the green wheel up on that. The intensity is already up on that. And if I go to the second gobo, essentially, or pattern, I can dial that in, and you can see where the second layer or set is. So there's also the third set, which is just the base there. That does not have a gobo, but if I put in a color into that, say I'm going to choose red, green, blue, I'm going to do red. So then I go there, and then if I just take the intensity up on that third wheel, you can see where the red is the base color. So I have essentially three different colors that I can play with there. Two different gobos. So if I go into the gobo rotation, which is essentially the animation of that gobo, and I can start to dial that up on that first one, you can see where that first one that I had was blue. So if I find the pattern, the speed that I like, you can get that to go. And then if I do that as well on the second gobo rotation, you can have that one going as well, with that red, the third one, being the base color that you don't get to manipulate. So if I go to the intensities, I'll show you where I can take those out. So if I just take all those out and you have just that red base color, you still have the gobos going through it, but they're at that black level. So it doesn't really override it. It just kind of shows you that it's there. But if I was to dial up the intensity on that first layer, you can see the blues come in. And if I dial up the intensity on that second layer, you can see the green come in. And if I take that third layer out, if we just want the two colors, you see the two different gobos that we chose there scrolling through. So if I do take, let's take the rotations out. And if I dial in, say, we'll go back to 0 with the gobo, and let's say I want like a half. You can do half there, and then your other gobo, you can do, another, like if you leave it just on full, you can have two different colors that way or whatever. So this is just the different gobos being manipulated on that first pattern. So if I want to go down to something else, you can see that because I have that that second layer up, it's going over to the top of it. So it's essentially together. So like that. Hope that makes a little bit more sense. Basically just dialing in those, and then obviously having that the third intensity get you that three color choice that you want.